Hello students, welcome back. So in the previous video, we have discussed two of the points regarding the particle nature of the electromagnetic radiation, that is about the black body radiation and the photoelectric effect. One more property which we were supposed to discuss is regarding the line spectrum. So when we are talking about this line spectrum, first we should know what is meant by a spectrum. Now let us take a look of what is meant by a spectrum. When a ray of white light is passed through a prism, it spreads into a series of colored band. This is called as a spectrum. The best example which I can give you here is the rainbow. So you might have seen the rainbow. So rainbow, when it comes whenever there is rain and in presence of the sunlight. So both rain and sunlight has to be there. So sunlight is going to pass through those raindrops, and on the opposite side you are going to get the dispersion and you are going to get the rainbow on the opposite side. So here what is happening, when the sunlight is passing through the raindrop, dispersion is going to take place and the sunlight is going to split into various wavelengths, and that is exhibited on the opposite side. So this is nothing but it is the phenomena of spectrum. Exactly in the same way, if we are going to take the white light, which is a composition of several different wavelengths together, when such a white light is passed through the prism, it is going to spread into the series of various colors. So that rainbow what we are going to get, in that way we are going to observe it experimentally also. So this type of a band of colors on dispersion, we are going to call it as what? Spectrum. Then this spectrum, or we call it as spectra, these are of two types. Basically two main categories. One is the emission spectrum, another is the absorption spectrum. Now what is the difference between emission spectrum and absorption spectrum? Emission spectrum, in this spectrum it is emitted, the spectrum, it is the spectrum emitted by the substance that has absorbed energy. So this is called as the emission spectrum. Means what is going to happen here in the emission spectrum, bright light are seen. So these lines are formed. This is called as the emission spectrum. Means what? So let us take a look of this. See here, you can see some bright lines which I have drawn over here. So when you are going to look for the emission spectrum, in that spectrum you can find these bright separate lines. This type of the separate bright lines are called as the emission spectrum. When it will take place? Whenever the matter, any of the matter which is going to absorb the energy. After it absorbs certain quantity of energy, it is going to get dispersed and it is going to emit certain radiation. The emitted radiation is in the form of the bright lines. This we call it as the emission spectrum. Then we have absorption spectrum. Absorption spectrum of radiation. Absorption spectrum means what? The spectrum of the radiation absorbed by a substance on irradiation with beam of light is called as an absorption spectrum. Means what? There are several compounds or the substance which is going to absorb certain wavelength of radiation, and it is going to cause certain dark lines. Now let me say that if this is the kind of the spectrum where you have the various colors, out of this one you can find some dark lines in this one. So what has happened, when the light is irradiated on the particular substance, that substance is going to absorb certain quantity of the energy and it emits the remaining one. What it is going to absorb, that is in the form of this black lines in the background of the various colors. So this dark line which we are seeing in the background of various colors is called as the absorption spectrum, means these lines radiation has been absorbed by that matter. Whereas in this case, what it is, in case of emission, only these radiation are emitted and behind will be all dark surface. So in the dark surface, bright lines, if it is emitted, we call it as the line spectrum, and in a bright surface, if a certain dark line is going to appear, then we call it as the absorption spectrum. So this depends upon the matter, how it interacts with the radiation. Now, so after knowing the emission spectrum and absorption spectrum, so emission spectrum, as I said, it consists of bright lines, and absorption spectrum, it consists of dark lines. So this is the basic difference. Now, after knowing the emission spectrum and the absorption spectrum, we are talking about the emission spectrum. Since line spectrum of hydrogen comes under the emission spectrum, we are going to talk about the emission spectrum of the compounds. Now, emission spectrum are of two types. Now, what are those two types in emission spectrum? That is, one is the continuous spectrum and the other one is the line spectrum. So, these are the two kinds of the emission spectrum. Now, what is this continuous spectrum? Continuous spectrum means when the sunlight or the white light is passed through the prism, it is going to split into 7 colors ranging from violet to red, which are continuous and are overlapping with each other. So just like the rainbow, as you have seen the rainbow, there is no proper distinguished boundary line between any two colors. They are going to merge into one another. So in the same way, if you can observe the lines which are continuous, means overlapping is going to take place. So let me take an example over here. So you can see that here the red light is getting merged into the orange, orange is getting merged into green, green is getting merged into the violet. So what is going to happen? Continuous. So in this way there is a continuous spectrum. So this type of a spectrum where it is going to merge with each other, this type of a spectrum, we call it as the continuous emission spectrum. These are all emission spectrum. You are going to get the bright lines, but in that one it is continuous, means overlapping of the colors takes place. You cannot distinguish between any two colors by a boundary line. This type of a spectrum, we call it as what? As the continuous spectrum. Then what is line spectrum? As we have already spoken, it consists of sharp, well-defined lines with specific wavelength or frequency. So here what we have, you can see this distinguished lines. So these lines are separate from each other. There will be a dark background. In the dark background, you will get fine lines. So these lines are called as what? Line spectrum. Okay, so we call this one as line spectrum. Now, this line spectrum is unique for each of the elements. So, what is going to happen if you are going to take different elements and if you are going to irradiate it with the light, in that case, the lines which are emitted are unique, just like our fingerprints. As you know that no people's fingerprint matches with each other. It is entirely different. So if I give my fingerprint, it is entirely different. If you give your fingerprint, it is entirely different. So in that way, each and every person has individual fingerprint. Exactly in the same way, the line spectra is also in the same way. Each element, when it is irradiated with the light, the emission of these lines takes place, and these lines are of different wavelength or it is of different frequency. Therefore, we also call this line spectra as the fingerprint. Okay, so they are unique for all the elements, so it is called as what? Fingerprint. Why they are called as fingerprint? Because it doesn't match with any others. So each of the element have their unique character, unique emission spectra. Based on that standard value, we can find out which is the element which is giving the particular line. So therefore, line spectra helps us in determining regarding the particular atom of the particular element. So this is called as the fingerprint. Now, let us talk about the line spectra of the hydrogen. So this is with respect to the Bohr's model of an atom. Now, line spectra of the hydrogen. So what does line spectra of hydrogen indicate? When it is going to come? So coming to the line spectra of the hydrogen, when hydrogen gas is taken under the pressure of 10 raised to minus 4 kilopascal pressure. So when we are going to pass this hydrogen gas, this is taken in a gas discharge tube, just like the photoelectric tube how we have the gas discharge tube, and a very high potential is applied across the electrodes. So when we are going to take the hydrogen gas under a high pressure, under a pressure of 10 raised to minus 4 kilopascals, a gas discharge in a gas discharge tube at a very high potential and in presence of the electrodes, during that what will happen? Electromagnetic radiation of discrete frequency are emitted of hydrogen atom. Means what? Electromagnetic radiations are emitted from this hydrogen atom, which are having different frequency. This light is, whatever this light is emitted, it is passed through the prism. So when we are going to pass it through the prism, what is going to happen? It is going to get dispersed to get a group of sharp line which is spread over different region. So what are the regions in which these lines can be observed? It can be observed in UV region. UV region means ultraviolet region. It is observed in visible region, and it is seen in the infrared region of the electromagnetic spectrum. Already we have spoken about the electromagnetic spectrum. So in the electromagnetic spectrum, you are going to get the various regions, right? That is ultraviolet region, visible region, IR region. So in this way, in different region, these lines can be observed. Now when this will happen, how this is going to happen? Bohr gave an explanation for this one, that when the electron of the hydrogen atom, so whatever the electron is present in the hydrogen atom, when it is irradiated with light, it is going to absorb certain energy of the certain amount of energy. So what is going to happen? The electron in the hydrogen atom absorbs energy of different amount, and they get excited to the higher energy state. When they are falling back, they emit the radiation of different energy in different region. Now how to understand this one? Let me give you one simple example. Now suppose if your classroom is in the first floor. So what you are going to do? You come from home, you are going to climb the steps from the ground floor to the first floor, because your classroom is in the first floor. But are you going to settle down there permanently? No, you are going to stay only till your classes are going on. After that, what will you do? You are going to come down again to the ground state, means to the ground floor you are coming, and then you will move off. Now because your classroom was in the first floor, you climbed from ground floor to the first floor, and then you have got down back to the ground floor. So ground floor, what you have considered is the ground state, whereas the first floor in which your classroom is there, this is called as the excited state. So the electron in the hydrogen atom also does the same thing. It will be in the ground state. When the light is irradiated, that time what will happen? The electron will jump from the ground state to the higher energy state. But that is not the stationary state for it. It is not the stable state. Because it has absorbed energy, it jumped to the higher energy state. Then what it will do, after certain time, it is going to emit that radiation and it will come back to the ground state. Whatever the radiation it is emitted, that is going to be recorded, and it will be passed through the prism, and that will be recorded on the spectrum, in the form of the spectrum. So depending upon the energy, the levels will be different. Now for example, since your classroom is in the first floor, you have climbed to first floor and you have gone to the ground floor. Suppose let me say your classroom is in the fifth floor. That time what will you do? You will move to the fifth floor. So after going to the fifth floor, what will you do? Will you be there continuously? No, you will be there only till your class is going on. Once your class is done with, what will you do? You will come back from the fifth floor to which floor? To the ground floor. So now what has happened? Earlier your classroom was in the first floor, you came to the ground floor. Now your classroom is in the fifth floor, so you have come to the ground floor. So the energy which is involved is totally different. Depending upon where your classroom is, you may go to first floor, second floor, third floor or fourth floor or fifth floor. But ultimately what will you do? You will come back to the ground floor. In the same way, the electron is going to absorb the energy of the different energy. When it absorbs different energy, it will go to the higher excited state. And when it is coming back to the ground state, it is going to emit certain radiation. How much energy it had absorbed, that much energy it is going to emit. So therefore, it is going to have different colors. Different wavelength means different colors. So based on this one, we have the line spectra. Now what is going to happen? Let us take a look. Now let me consider that the electron has absorbed energy and it has jumped to the higher energy state where n is equal to 2. Let me say one more electron has jumped to the higher energy state, n is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, once it has gone to the excited state, what happens? It comes back to the ground state. While coming back, it is going to emit the radiation. This radiation is seen in the visible region. Whatever the light was seen of particular wavelength, which was seen in the ultraviolet region, this was observed by Lyman. So this is a scientist. So because Lyman had observed these series of line, we call these series as the Lyman series. So what has happened? From any higher state to the n is equal to 1, we are going to take this one as n is equal to 1. So if to the higher energy state, from the higher energy state the electron jumps to the n is equal to 1, the series of the lines are observed in the ultraviolet region. We call it as the Lyman series. Now, suppose if at all the electron jump from higher energy state to n is equal to 2. This is n is equal to 2. If it is falling to the n is equal to 2, then these set of lines is observed by the scientist called as Balmer, B-A-L-M-E-R. It is going to spell, but we call it as Balmer. Balmer observed these set of the lines in which region? In the visible region. And only this region we can observe it. So we call it as the visible region. So in this region, our naked eyes can observe the different color. And since the rainbow colors are also occurring in the visible region, we can see them. So therefore, Balmer series observed these set of lines in the visible region. When electron is going to emit the radiation from higher energy state, and it will come to where n is equal to 2. In that case, we call it as Balmer series, and it is in the visible region. In the same way, if the electron is excited to the higher energy state and if it is coming back to n is equal to 3, then this was observed by the scientist called as Paschen, and the series was seen in the IR region, that is infrared region, and therefore we call it as the Paschen series. In the same way, if the electron jumps from higher energy state to n is equal to 4, then we call it as the bracket series. This is also seen in case of IR region. Similarly, if the electron jumps from higher energy state to n is equal to 5, in that case we call it as Fund series. It spells as P-F-U-N-D, but we call it as Fund. We do not call it as P-Fund. So it is called as Fund series. This is also observed in infrared region. So you can see that Paschen, bracket and Fund series all are seen in infrared region, which is not visible to our naked eyes, but we require an instrument called as the spectrometer to find out these radiation. And if n is equal to 1, in that case we call it as the Lyman series. If n is equal to 2, we call it as the Balmer series. So therefore, in this way, the hydrogen spectrum was seen. So from the higher energy state to lower energy state. So I have taken the example here. So you can see that these are the different series. Lyman series, in which region it is seen? In ultraviolet region. So N1 means what? The ground state. Okay. So N1 is the ground state. What is the ground state? It is N1 is equal to 1. The higher energy state, excited state, can be anything starting from 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Balmer series seen in the visible region. N1 is equal to 2 and N2 start from what? 3, 4, 5 and so on. Paschen series, infrared region. N1 is equal to 3, N2 starts from 4, 5, 6 and so on. Bracket series, infrared region. N1 is equal to 4 and N2 start from what? 5, 6 and so on. Fund series seen in infrared region, and N1 is equal to 5, N2 is equal to what? 6, 7 and so on. So in this way we have the line spectrum. So this is an important aspect with respect to the exam. So I shall wind up here itself. So remaining things we shall continue in the next video. Thank you.